English or...
In German if you like.
Yeah.
Ja, geht es. Du kannst sehr viele Sprachen. Richtig?
I don't speak German, sorry.
You don't?
No. Did I get you? Did I get you, Carsten? Did you think I was... Yeah, sorry. We gotta speak English.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we are together with Nick Jacobsen from North Kiteboarding. It's not duotone, it's North Kiteboarding.
Correct.
Yeah, it's always complicated. No, it's also not Cabrina, because that's your history.
Yeah.
We have a theme here, past, now and future, and North Kiteboarding is completely new. They built in a timeline from 1 year a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly with you together.
Right? Yeah.
You start from the beginning, it was last year, or?
This started last year, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's when the idea came about, and the whole team just started working on the products. And
who was the first one that's coming to you? Adrian? No, not Adrian. What is his name?
The first one who approached me?
Yeah.
Richard Lott. That's his name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's the CEO of NTG, North Technology Group, which is the company that owns NAC, North Action Sports Group.
You know the idea behind that?
I didn't have any idea. I just went straight in, head first. Yeah.
Because you're famous, and then?
No,
You're famous.
I sort of I knew the team that they put together of engineers and all those guys. I have a pretty good history with all of them.
Yeah, sure.
So after talking to Richard Lott, he got me convinced that this was something for me.
Yeah, okay. And now it's exactly your part in the company. Also R&D.
Yeah, we so the past year the guys have been working on products, and I've been helping out as much as I could.
Yeah.
And so my official role is team manager and athlete. So I do a bit of both, and then
right now you choose who's also in the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, in a way, with the rest of the North family, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, exciting stuff happening.
I talked yesterday with Pat Goodman over the shape designs.
Yeah.
From the tip geometry.
Yeah.
And because it's a special thing, because if you see different companies and you have in all these wave freeride or freestyle, wake style, you have different tip geometries, and we try to get only on one line.
Right.
And how do you like that? What does it feel for you? Because
to be honest,
what was you prefer before Cabrina the switchback? That was your.
Initially I was on the FX from Cabrina, and then I switched to the switchblade.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wanted a bit more hang time. I wanted a kite that was a bit more
for the new
open.
event format.
Exactly. Yeah. So then all this North stuff came about, and I thought it would be fun to make a very open kite with the wingtip technology that Pat implemented in the whole thing.
Yeah.
So my favorite kite is definitely the Orbit. That's my go-to kite. So it's just the wingtips that he has been making. They're just great. It's just when you're up in the air and you feel a bit of gust. Those wingtips it's like an algorithm that cuts the gust away. So yeah, like my take on the Orbit is just fantastic. I really enjoy that kite.
Yeah, cool. Good morning. Right now we are together with Pat Goodman. It's a kite designer from North Kiteboarding. For everybody here who don't know Pat Goodman, probably there's only one in the world who don't know him. He was a ex-designer from Cabrina, and that's first question. The new range from North Kiteboarding looks from the philosophy a bit different to all of them you did before. Can you tell us something?
Sure. Yeah. Moving over to the new North Kiteboarding, I had an opportunity to kind of start from scratch with a clean slate, clean piece of paper, and total freedom in materials and design parameters, as long as I was hitting the target genres for the kites. So I did really put special attention to make sure that I wasn't doing anything that was too familiar to what I was doing in the past, and also try to find my own groove in here between the previous North kiteboarding and the new one. So really spent a lot of time developing a kite that I believe that has its own feel and characteristic that I can we can all say is personally the new North kiteboarding feel. You know, so a lot of detail went into the design. Everything everything is new, starting from the outline. For instance, on the Orbit, which is our performance freeride kite, it's very different from anything I've done in the past. So it has much leaner profiles, a totally new outline, the two-stage arc design. There's a lot of new design parameters that went into this kite. I have a lot more software tools to help me with their dynamics. And
when you start with a new range here,
yeah.
What is the first step? It's to make the outline, to build the profile, or?
Well, the first thing we have to do is to define the direction for the kite, you know, and categorize the consumer and the behavior that we're looking for. So with the Orbit, for instance, we really wanted to have a kite that excels in jumping and hang time. Since it was our first kite that we started working on, and we had the opportunity at the King of the Air to have Nick Jacobsen on board, we really wanted to make a debut there, you know. So at that time we chose to go with the 5-strut, more stable design. This was one thing that was important to ride the kites that overpowered. Yeah, we'll start. It's a combination of starting with the outline, the arc shape, the profile choice, the attack angle placement of the profiles throughout the wing, and then there's a lot of work in the bridling to get the behavior that we want. But with the Orbit, we really wanted a kite that was not only performing well aerodynamically, but we really wanted one that was fun and lively to fly. A lot of these performance freeride kites don't have good looping characteristics, and they're a little bit slow in the steering because of the wider span. Yeah. But I think we really hit it right on with this kite because it's got fantastic looping abilities.
The next one was
yeah. So the next one in the range is the Carve, which is it's a full-on down-the-line wave kite, but it's also good for foiling, and is very forgiving and easy relaunch, good power delivery. So it's actually a very comfortable kite to fly, even to learn on. Let's say, you know, it's no problem. It gets off the water really nicely. We've on this kite, I did something very different than I've done in the past. I went for a slightly larger LE diameter to try to reduce the amount of curvature in the canopy itself, which gives you, in my opinion, I believe that from testing as well, we get a wider wind range because we have the power generation because we have the fullness of the profile, but not so much fullness in the canopy. So you get a lot less canopy movement and blow down, and so it extends the range of the kite. So when you sheet out and you fly at low attack angles, it actually can fly forward rather than deforming so much and drifting back in the window, right? So this kite's very, it's fast, but it's direct. It has a much firmer feel in the steering than the Orbit, for instance. They're both quite light on the bar pressure, but I wanted the Carve to have a real sports car-like feel in the steering, so it's much more direct and firm, and the actual turn that it does is much more pivoty and tight and producing less power in the turns. So.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last one for now, anyway. In the lineup is the Pulse. The Pulse is a freestyle, wake style, all-around freeride kite. We're trying to get a kite that people can come off of a sea kite and not be too feeling like it's got too much power to control. So we really put some focus into getting slack. You know, so the kite's got a real slippery feeling in the profiles, has the ability to fly forward quite nicely, but it doesn't necessarily park itself forward in the window, which is one way to get some slack, but it's not the right way if you compare to, let's say, a sea kite. We put some energy to get this kite to be very dynamic and accelerate. When you edge hard, it will shoot forward, give you the slack. But at the same time, we wanted good pop, good hang time compared to some of this style of kites will drop you, especially in the smaller kites when you're doing looping. But this would be your choice for sure for unhooking and passing, and also the full-on mega looping, high-end radical kind of looping. But you won't have the hang time that you would have on the Orbit.
It's more and more for your team riders you have right now.
Yeah,
they say they want to have something for the air style and for these new event concept.
What we're seeing is that these guys like Jesse and Nick and Graham and all these guys, they'll actually have both.
They want to do all.
But they won't.
Yeah.
They probably won't only migrate to the Pulse. They'll use the Pulse for the full freestyle events. We're doing a lot of passing and stuff, but as in some events, of course, like King of the Air, I think they'll migrate towards the Orbit because it's got so much hang time. They can get so many more maneuvers and they can get more height as well. You know, although the Pulse you get the height, you just don't have the same hang time because it's obviously a more conservative arc design. It's kind of a hybrid seat kite. Let's say it's kind of we're targeting the guy who does freestyles. Riding with or without boots and really aggressive passing and stuff. But it's actually a very friendly, light and fast kite. It's not difficult to fly. None of these kites are difficult to fly. I think many people...
You use for these 3 lines similar geometric in the tips. It looks like a bit. More when I see something like when I take the Moto or something like that with more square tips or something like that, there's much more difference.
Compared to what I did in the past,
Yeah.
I am going with a slightly more rounded, narrow wingtip design for several reasons. I believe that you get a little more stability in the wingtip with a little bit less rattling movement. Also, there's several reasons for that, but it does progressively get more squared off as you go towards the freestyle kite, than it does on the Orbit. But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, but there's several reasons for this. Some is in the behavior of the kite when it's overpowered. Some is for steering purposes, and then some is also for manufacturing purposes. These shallower angles through the wingtips are easier to produce, and you get a more consistent kite. The more square the wingtips, I believe, the more difficult it is to control in mass production. And I think this is also important. You get less kites with turns, and you get a more consistent product. I know it's a small detail, but it's very important. I think.
Very important.
Yeah.
The last thing, because Pat is in a hurry, you have to go, you have to work a lot.
We're always in a hurry, but not in a hurry.
You have not so much time because for the whole range you have less than 1 year to build up this completely new stuff here for you, and that wasn't really difficult, or?
For sure, the timeline was kind of compressed, but people ask me that all the time. You've only had 1 year to start from scratch, but really, all of us have been in this industry for nearly 20 years.
You're not a newbie.
And even though I didn't use any actual data from previous design files, I have a lot of experience.
It was in your mind before.
For sure, and I knew where I wanted to go next to evolve from what I was doing in the past. And I think it was quite natural to migrate right into what we were doing. And we were all so excited and motivated because it was a new project, and it's an exciting project, and we're all friends, and it's been fun as well as challenging. But for sure, the timeline is compressed, and it was a tough year. That's for sure. But,
so we have to say thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Good luck for this new project.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, well, we're not done here. There's more to come.
Millions of kites.
There was a lot more to come.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Thank you.
Also with the board, there was amazing. You have a lot of different twin tip models.
Yeah.
Who built in your company these boards?
So the boards, so in New Zealand we have the marketing department, and we have a bit of testing and stuff.
Yeah.
So with everyone's knowledge, we sort of put everything together. So it's a guy called James and a guy and Hugh Pinfold who made the bar, made the control system.
It's cool.
And it's it's very well executed, I must say.
Yeah.
But initially it's actually a German guy, Uli Sommerlath.
Okay.
who helped building the Oracle, you know, the America's Cup Oracle boat.
Yeah.
So he has you know crazy experience in building boards and kites and boats.
Yeah.
So he made most of all these boards. This one is the one that I'm riding, the Atmos Carbon.
Yeah.
It's the one that I ride. I like the the square. For
square
big,
outline,
big air and
yeah, for sure.
and not too rockery. I want it a bit flat, so you kind of use it as one big fin.
You want to have more speed.
More speed and more
On a
speed.
short wave.
and- Exactly.
At least
Yeah.
for Cape Town.
Yeah.
Because when you have really strong wind in Cape Town, you have not the range between the waves not so far away, and you need a lot of speed on a short wave, maybe 15 meters, 20 meters
Yeah.
for jumping where before the next wave is coming, and that's the deal for get a low rocker line and square outline.
Yeah.
So I have to explain also when we test all the products in Gliding.tv, I have to explain everything, what is for what and everything.
Yeah.
It's it looks
Have you tried the products yet? Or?
No. They will send it after this event.
Okay, cool.
The things, and then we get, I think, 2 boards of you and the 3 kites, and also the new bar system. I must show you the chicken loop.
Yeah.
Can I get one here extra?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you disconnect it. Is that possible?
Is there
Do we have like a spare control system?
only the loop or doesn't matter.
I think just the.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not the idea.
Do we have a spare control system somewhere?
Yes.
Maybe we can just use that.
Ah, look at this.
There you go.
There you go.
Take this off.
Okay, normally we make an extra movie out of them, but we say to each company, we start 5 years ago, we need that, okay? And Norse is doing it into 1 year. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hugh. That's the guy. That's the brain behind
that's
that.
not a big. You see, that's not a big problem. It's like in your airplane or in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you go. Come on, guys. When you build a new bar, we want to have that. Otherwise, you get a really bad test. Okay.
Exactly.
And they had some funny things here. You can remove this. Oh, you have to show this. That's
Thank you, John.
yeah.
Yeah.
You do it hundreds of times, maybe.
So you sort of just roll this thing
There's
down.
a
This is,
small thing. How does it called?
It's like
the
a little,
distance
like
for
a
the
rubber,
distance. Yeah,
little
rubber. thing?
rubber ring.
Rubber ring.
I don't know if it has a name. Does it have a name? This little rubber thingy.
The marketing must have a name for everything.
The safety ring.
Oh, hold up. Oh, lock guard flexible safety ring.
Lock guard, safe, flexible
Lock,
safety. It's too
guard,
complicated.
Safety. Okay, so the LGSFT.
Yeah.
Anyway, this just prevents the chicken loop for totally unhooking.
Yeah.
So you push it down. You
Then
push.
Push it.
And you
Turn it.
turn
Okay.
it, and then it comes out. Pretty easy to change chicken loops if you want to freestyle.
No
bigger
screwdriver.
loops. No
Nothing.
screwdriver.
Yeah. Cool.
Very, very clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super random.
Cool thing. Not too bad. You like the click bar?
I love it. Yeah.
Click bar from North?
The click bar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
from
Duotone?
Duotone.
Yeah.
I like. Yeah. I think
But
it's
it's
cool.
it was not.
We don't have that here. Here we have this thing
no,
where you
this-
open it and then you pull it
Yeah.
and then you can adjust the lines down here.
Yeah.
We do not have
And
the
then
click
our
bar.
regular adjuster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super simple.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks clean and easy. It's good. The lines are something special. No.
Same as the other things.
Yeah. Okay. Also for high quality stuff.
Exactly. Tiny.
Right. Right now the program looks in the beginning really solid. Yeah, it's nothing super special. I think,
What the?
from North right now?
Oh,
you have,
the
you have
products? Yeah.
you have really good twin tips. You have really good kites. It's okay. It's everybody in this company is professional, is working since many years
Yeah.
in this sport. And but what will be the next?
So
You know,
right now
everybody is waiting.
Yeah,
for
no, I totally get that. I think right now we just had to do a lot of products that are super good, and that's what we did. And then next year and the next few years, we can start leaning against something different, like different technologies we can implement in the product.
Yeah.
So for now, we just had to get going. You know, we needed a product out there, and I can see already now when we're looking at 2021 kites and boards and stuff and foils, there will be some new tech and new stuff coming.
Yeah. Is there a special? You have an extra special guy for the foils?
A special what, sir?
Special developer?
Yeah, well, it's pretty much just the board
But it's a
developer
team.
and
It's a team who's building the foils.
pretty much,
Foil
yeah.
profiles.
Yeah, it's like 3 guys. Yeah.
3 guys.
Yeah, and there's a lot of feedback from all the riders.
Right. Who is it?
Yeah. What, the riders or the?
Um,
So you have Uli Sommerlad, who's the product manager.
Yeah.
He's in charge of everything, all the products.
Yeah.
Then you have Hugh, who's building the bar. He did the whole quick system with on the chicken loop.
Yeah.
Then we have Jamie, who's working on the surfboards. So it's like a small group of people who sits in New Zealand, just trying to make the best product
Okay.
there is. So they would like try and make something, order it, and then go test. So we get a lot of prototypes in. So
Are they in the same office, like Airbrush company in Cape Town?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
in Muizenberg,
Yeah.
that they have a small office
Yeah,
and
in New Zealand,
ever
yeah.
work together?
well, pretty much. Then we have the HQ that's in Holland.
Yeah.
Under NAG, North Action Sports Group.
Yeah.
So they are with Mystic in the same building.
Yeah.
And then we have the whole marketing department and some development
Yeah.
in New Zealand.
And then they send, they have the products are already finished, and they send it to you
Products are
for
done.
testing and everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you get prototypes to test,
Yeah, okay.
kites and bars
Okay.
and everything.
Yeah. It looks good. It's,
Thank you.
It looks really with a good quality, and also the boards, also the foil boards and everything. It's nothing really special, but it's not. You can see also some foil boards here. They are really bad.
Yeah,
I think.
true. No,
We always tell the truth,
Yeah.
And then that looks good. Also the surfboards. Okay, we have some small things. Maybe we have it later in the test, but that's a complete different story. For you, King of the Air, Cape Town. What do you think? The judging is a small thing. When I talk to you, for me the technical stuff.
What,
I
in
think
King of the Air?
in Cape Town, yeah, what is coming out now, and then we saw all the last events, and then okay.
So the
When you
judging
really
criteria-
jump high, it's super cool, yeah. But it's also really cool to do all these really hardcore technical tricks right in front of the audience.
Yeah.
And in the last years, they get less points right in front. Why?
Less points, like when they're coming in and doing a trick coming in, you reckon?
Yeah, something like that. Passes with a lot of speed and everything. I know it looks also good when you do something on the outside 20 meters high,
Yeah.
and make a big mega loop and everything, but you come down with a lot of control, and everybody knows you're 100% professional, and if you do this or that, then it's a risk for you, or that's a basic for you. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing basics there.
I think that the thing is with King of the Air is that if you train for new moves leading up to the event, there's a bigger risk of you injuring yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
So you want to take it sort of easy leading up to the event, like the few months. Like I would go there in November, and then I would be there the whole winter.
Yeah.
And then I'd be training every day, but. If you train for like a mega loop handle pass, if you don't grab the bar, you're like screwed, So you don't want to do that. You want to train so you can try and visualize how it is.
Yeah.
And then on the day at the event, then you go and do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
that
because
makes sense.
you don't want to train, the crazy tricks too much. you want to try and visualize it, and then okay, I got this, and then in your heat,
Then you.
then you
Yeah,
do it,
okay,
yeah.
okay, I understand. Which one you will right now? You prefer the Orbit? Also,
I'm on
or maybe,
the Orbit, yeah.
Or maybe the Pulse also.
Yeah, I mean a bit of both. In Cape Town, I use the car for wave riding. I don't wave ride too much, but obviously that's the one that I would use. But mainly just the Orbit. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because of the hang time and the big jumps and
Yeah.
and the kite loops, you know.
Yeah.
On the Pulse, you would get a bit more of a radical loop.
Yeah, okay.
Where on the Orbit it's a bit more
It's only
like
a small
glidey.
peak, and then you get more,
Yeah,
go more to
exactly.
the side.
Yeah.
I have to say, really thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really good luck for Cape Town.
Thank you very much. Am I gonna see you there?
Yeah, I'm right in the building. I ran the flat right over the event.
Yeah.
Because
Sea
I cannot.
spray.
Yeah, I cannot use drones.
Yeah.
But, hey, come on! Don't do that. It's too
Yeah, so
dangerous.
you're just on your balcony filming with the big lens?
Yeah.
Nice. Good.
That was my idea.
Yeah.
To make it like this. To sit
Nice.
there, drink
With your little coffee,
yeah,
a little vodka Red Bull.
something like that. With
Nice.
some friends, and then take some pictures there.
Yeah, perfect. That sounds
Okay.
good.
See you.
Cool.